This is the Quantum Edge 3 made by Pride Mobility. This is a rehab chair. This particular unit here has 1 mile of drive distance on the odometer. These screens have an odometer or a trip distance, but if it's set to odometer, it's like in a vehicle. You cannot mess with that. This has 1 mile of drive distance, so it's probably hardly ever used or never used, just moved around. This particular unit has a 300-pound weight capacity. And all of these are different. They can have different functions on them, but this particular unit has a 12-inch eye-level seat lift, an electric tilt, electric recline, and electric legs. We will show you these functions here in a minute and show you exactly what they mean and how they operate. This unit also has an attendant control joystick back here, which allows a caregiver or a loved one to adjust the seat functions, but also maneuver this unit around from the rear of the chair. A couple things before we go through the seat functions on this unit. It goes about 6.5 miles an hour. It is only rated for 300-pound capacity. So like I said, they do have a larger version, an HD version, that has up to a 450-pound capacity if it does not have the seat lift. If it has the seat lift, they only rate it for 400 pounds. So if this does not work for you in the weight capacity, give us a call. We might have other options available. This unit comes, it's a mid-wheel drive design. They do make a rear wheel called the Rival, and they make a front wheel called the Forefront. This is a mid-wheel drive design where your drive tire is in the middle. Mid-wheel drive is going to give you the smallest turning radius on all the power chairs of the mid or the front or the rear versions. So this is best for inside use or outside on hard paved surfaces. Reason why is you have 6-inch caster wheels in the front and the back. Now all the tires are solid, but what can happen if you get into a soft surface outside, the front tires could dig and you might spin in place. You do have your center main drive wheels with your power are 14-inch solid drive tires. Now this unit is gray. These do come in different colors, but this unit is in a gray color. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go through the seat functions on this unit. So you can operate everything through the joystick. You typically have 4 speeds on here, so the way you turn the unit on is by pushing this knob forward, and then to cycle through your speed functions, you push the lever forward. It's going to say typically indoor slow, indoor moderate, outdoor fast, something along those lines. So you have 4 different speeds, and they're typically 25% scaled down from the top to bottom. If you push it forward a 5th time, you're going to get a picture of a seat on the joystick. When you get a picture of the seat on here, you can cycle left and right to whatever functions you want. So if I'm going to do the elevate function first, so you're going to highlight it to where it's just the bottom seat is lit up. Once the bottom seat is lit up, you actually pull the joystick backwards, which is sometimes counterintuitive to what you would think you would do, but pulling it backwards is what elevates the seat. So as you can see, this is going to begin to elevate, and it goes up 12 inches. So your typical seat to ground height is about 21 inches off the ground. Without the seat elevated, so you should be at about 33 inches to the top of the cushion. Sometimes you have a different size cushion on here. So this is a smaller, lower profile cushion, so you're at 32. If you had a 4-inch cushion on there, you would be at about 33 inches seat to ground height. Now the reason they call this eye level is because you're going to be close to eye level with somebody. You can imagine I'm a 6-foot individual, so if I was 5'8" or 5'7", I would be at eye level with this person. Once you have the function with an eye level, you can actually drive this chair, and it does still go about 3 miles an hour while it's elevated. So if you want to reach to get stuff in your cabinets, walk outside, cross a road to be more visible, you can elevate the seat up and still drive it. So let me go back to the seat functions, and then I'm going to bring the seat lift down, and then I'll show you the other functions that it has. Some really nice things about this unit though is it does have that X-frame seat lift, so it is very stable even when you're lifted all the way up. It does have extra shocks that come and push on these caster arms to stiffen up your suspension while elevated. This is all automatic, nothing that the user has to do. It just is all based on sensors and tension. The next function that I'm going to show you will be the electric recline. So this is just your back going backwards. Now you can do the back and the legs at the same time, but right now I'm just going to show you each function individually. On the screen, If you have a red X or a red dot in the top left-hand corner, that means you're not in a safe driving position and the unit will not drive. So I get a lot of rehab facilities that call me and say, hey, person's stuck, I can't get it to work, what's going on? He was just moving around in it. And I simply ask them that, is this red X on there? If it is, I say you got to bring your seat back up or your tilt down and for you to get the red X to turn back to a green circle, and then you can drive the unit. So this is your recline. It's pretty much flat. Now I'm going to show you your legs. These are individual foot plates. They do flip up and they're also adjustable. So these are a longer foot plate on here. They do make shorter foot plates if you don't have as long as feet. This actually has extensions on either side too to make the foot plates wider. And as you can see, when this unit when it was all the way at the top, I'll show you again, it actually extends out. Because some chairs, what happens is you go to raise your legs, but your knees are still, they're still bent. They're not straight out. So you'll see when this gets all the way to the top position, that it should then elevate out another inch or so, right when it reaches the top. Okay, well it didn't do it there only because of the fact that I stopped and I brought it down a couple inches. If you were to go all the way down and then come all the way back up, it would then extend out a couple more inches. So this is basically what you're going to be looking at if you wanted to sleep in the chair. Your feet could be up, your headrest could be back here. There is a approximately 2-inch gap right now in between the foot plates, but that can be, you can adjust that, and you could have up to, I think, a 3-inch gap in between, or you can have the foot plates flush with each other. So now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to bring the foot plates and the backrest back down to a normal position at the same time. So the last function on this unit that it has is electric tilt. Electric tilt is the most medically necessary function on these chairs for most individuals. And what you're going to see is this is going to be the back and bottom going back together at the same time. So it's basically if somebody pulled you backwards in a chair, it's that type of feeling. It does feel a little bit weird, but trust me, you will not fall over backwards in a chair. So what this function here is primarily used for, sometimes it's for repositioning the patient in the chair, but also it's what it really mainly has done is take the pressure off of their lower half of their body, their butt and their thighs. And so what that does, and it applies the pressure to their back, so that creates circulation throughout their legs. So it's supposed to help alleviate pressure sores. Now I would never say eliminate, but it will definitely help alleviate pressure sores, and especially if you have like an air cushion or something like that on there that helps evenly distribute their weight, that's going to be the best thing for the user. So, and you can actually then here, if you want, you can actually raise your legs up too, so you can get your feet above your heart. That's also something that some people with certain conditions have to do. So now I'm going to go ahead and bring this seat back down, and then we'll go over more on the unit. Pretty much all these new Quantums do come with the light kit. The lights can be mounted anywhere. I noticed when I was raising this one up, there's a little egg switch right underneath here, so you can see there's a tail light and LED lights in the front. It's just a toggle switch. I've seen them mounted under the arms. They're in all different places. Now this unit comes with a cup holder. Not all of them come with a cup holder. This one does, and this one has a swing away. So this joystick will swing to the side of the chair so that this will help you to get in the unit easier or to pull up to a table. The joystick can be put on the right hand or the left hand side. One thing I do want to state about these units is a lot of things on these units are adjustable. So if the size is not exactly what you need, do not worry. All this type's adjustable. The seat back and bottom sit with Velcro. And so this is currently set up at an 18 wide by 18 deep. And then the back is probably 18 or 17, yeah, about 17 inches wide. You can adjust the back by basically these cushions come off. The back can expand, you can get higher backs. So if this is a unit that you want, or any of the other Quantums that we have available, don't worry about the size. We can fit it to you before it leaves here. Same with the length of the foot plate, the gap in between, the foot plate to seat height. All this type of stuff is adjustable. So whether you're 5 feet tall or you're 6'5", we can adjust this to fit you. Currently this unit, both of these armrests can swing up to help you transfer in and out of the unit. And now I will show you the headrest, which is easier to see from this side. The These headrests are great. You have all these points of contact right here that you can loosen with an Allen wrench, and back here, and you can really custom fit this headrest to really fit the patient where they most need it. In the back of the unit, once again, you have this attendant control. You can actually slide it out and put it into your hand. If I actually was to turn the unit on from back here by hitting the power button, I could then begin to drive the chair from back here. I can also go into the seat functions and then begin to do all the functions from back here. So if you do have a loved one or you are a caregiver, you can do everything from back here in the back of the unit. What makes Quantum so great is many reasons. Just the overall quality of the product. It's very durable, it's dependable. It has great suspension. So you have shocks in the back for your two rear caster wheels, and then you also have shocks in the front on each caster. So it is a very nice unit to be able to be comfort. This is one of my favorite chairs out there. A couple more things about this unit. Like I said, top end speed's a little over 6 miles an hour, and then the overall drive distance is about 15 miles on a full charge. Now this unit does take 55 amp batteries, and so they are very hard to get to. So you do want to make sure that you do have to call us if your battery dies, because you do have to remove this back compartment here to actually get to the unit to be able to tilt it back, because your batteries come out from the front. So if your electric legs are down and your batteries are dead, it's very hard to get to. We do have some cables that will help you get back in here that can tilt the unit back to remove the batteries. We do sell batteries as well for this unit. A couple more things about this is most all Quantums are built in with built-in tie-down points. So whether you have a mobility van or you're going in public transportation, there's four. There's two on this side and two on the other side that are built into the frame. This is where they would secure the chair down to. All Quantums have two motors, one on each side. You're going to have a yellow lever right here. If you push this lever down, it disengages the motor. Now you want to remember, you always want to have that in the lock position. A lot of people think, oh, I need to have it in freewheel for it to work. It is the complete opposite. You actually have to have the motors locked for the unit to drive. So once again, small recap on this chair: 300-pound capacity, 12-inch seat lift, electric tilt, electric recline, electric legs, attendant control, swing away joystick and cup holder, 6.5 miles an hour top end speed, and about 15 miles drive distance. If you have any questions, give us a call. Here's the Quantum Q6 Edge by Pride Mobility. This unit, they say, tops out about 6.5 miles an hour. I am a 220-pound individual at 6 feet tall, and I'm gonna see. So this, I'm getting about 6.3. So depending on where you're at, the weight of the user, you might get up to 6.5 miles an hour. What I was talking about earlier with the mid-wheel drive is you can see here how small of a space this needs to turn. For as long as the unit is, it's about 43 inches long in overall length from the tip of the footplate to the back caster wheels. But for being that long, it still turns in a very small space. So do remember that when you're looking for a chair for inside your home, mid-wheel drive is going to be the best type of unit. Now we have some a little bit thicker out here, Bahia grass. It's a hard, compact ground. I wouldn't go out there if it had just rained, but it is pretty dry and pretty sturdy. And you'll see that I can go through that with no problem. But you just want to be careful if you have sandy bottoms, if you have wet bottoms, different things. This unit has all the power in the world. So it's not really the power. The issue is what you're going to have is the front caster wheels. If those caster wheels get in soft ground like sand and dirt and other things, if they get, when you go spin or turn, they will make your drive wheels spin in place. So one more thing to mention, a lot of people don't mention this, is if you were stuck and you're spinning in place and your power shuts off, on the actually do have back here a relay fuse, a reset fuse. So if you don't have power, check this. It's a little clear nipple shaped piece right here below where it's edge 3. You would click it in and then it should bring you back your power. I'm going to go ahead now and I'm actually going to elevate the seat as well so I can show you how stable it is even when I'm driving it around. And like I said, I'm an average size, larger size male at 220 pounds, and you'll see it does go pretty fast and it is very stable. I'll even try to wobble it just so you can kind of really see that it's not going to go anywhere, because it is a concern for people when you elevate, especially if you're older. You want to make sure that you're not going to fall for any given reason. So once you're all the way at the top, I'm going to put it back in the fast mode here, and then we're going to go for a cruise and see. I am hitting even faster than I thought I was going to go. So I'm getting to a top end speed of 4.6 miles per hour. 4.6 miles an hour while elevated. That's way faster than a walking speed. So like I said, a lot of people use this when they want to cross the road. They'll elevate up because it is proven statistics-wise that if you are elevated at a higher position, you're going to be more visible and you're less likely to get hit by a vehicle. So once again, this is the Quantum Edge 3 by Pride Mobility. 1 mile of total drive distance. If you have any questions, give us a call.
Hi, I'm Mark.
And my name is Alex. We're co-owners of Marc's Mobility.
I started this company in 1995.
We sell many products, not just what you see in this video. If you have any questions or concerns, please call us at the number below at 800-677-6293. Thank you, and have a wonderful day.